where's it all going between that vote that took place in Parliament on Tuesday and the next vote that's scheduled to take place in 6 days' time?
Well, those resignations now are footnotes. Let me be the one who breaks the news to your audience. Just a while ago, your reporter probably didn't catch up with it, announced, the ruling party announced that they will be supporting the candidate that will be presented by the other political forces in the parliament next week. And we know who that candidate is, Nikol Pashinyan. So now we have the word of the ruling party to vote in favor of Pashinyan, barring unexpected development until then. So I think that's good news. The public will be partly satisfied. They will not rest until it's a foregone conclusion, but at least it's a move forward. But let me just say that this has been the ruling party's tactic all along. They've been doing this trial and error thing by resisting every demand that the movement made in these past few weeks. They will resist the demand, they see what the public reaction is, then walk back down. And what we've seen a few days back on May 1st, yesterday actually, the rejection of Nikol Pashinyan was part of that approach because they knew they will have a second chance in a week's time. So they thought they'd reject the candidacy, sense the public reaction on the street, and take it from there. And today, when they saw that the reaction was tremendous, the city, not only the city, the entire country was paralyzed. So before the end of the day, to calm the public, they announced that they would support Nikol Pashinyan's candidacy. They didn't mention him by name, but indirectly they said they will support the candidate that is presented by the other three political parties. And we know who that candidate is, Nikol Pashinyan.
And could they walk back the fact that they've walked back?
Yeah, of course.
Could they change their mind again?
Well, I hope not. I think it was a mistake to begin with, rejecting his candidacy. It was unnecessary. I hope they will not change their mind. But again, nothing can be barred. Let's keep our fingers crossed so that we will come to the end of the first phase of this truly beautiful, peaceful revolution that Armenia has gone through. With this, I mean, this is a first phase because then Nikol Pashinyan will form a government, which will all understand will be interim because he promised early parliamentary elections. And the challenge will be to conduct truly free, fair elections so that the public's will be expressed. Armenia, I think, now has a second chance for liberal democracy. Our first chance was in 1991. We aspired to become a liberal democratic country. We started on the right foot. We made the right movements. But then, for a variety of reasons, we walked back. And 26 years forward, basically, we ended up to where we started, a political monopoly by one party, just like the communist times, controlling the entire governmental system, not only the three branches of the government, but every single institution within and outside of the government. So it seems like we came a full circle.
You've come for a circle.
But luckily, that...
Vartan Oksanian, let me ask you, what do you make, because we're watching live images of Nikol Pashinyan addressing the crowds in the main square there. What do you make of this 42-year-old former journalist wearing that trademark khaki T-shirt?
Well, that's the dress that suits the gentleman who started the whole movement walking from Gyumri to Yerevan, 150 kilometers, started alone and ended up with few thousand people in Yerevan. I think his image now is very fitting, but clearly once this is over, he will immediately transform himself at least the outside look to a statesman. That's what is needed now so that he leads the country in a more efficient and effective way and put it on the right track. When I said this is our second chance for liberal democracy, I truly mean it. Armenia has not much other choice. We are a resourceless country. We're a landlocked country. Our only resource can be our liberal democracy. We open up our economy. We become fully democratic, become the attraction in the entire region. In the larger Middle East, looking at what's happening around us, Armenia truly can become an island of stability in this sea of turmoil and uncertainty. And we do have a chance for that. Luckily, when we came a full circle, that circle has taken the shape of a spiral, has put us in a totally different level. And Armenia today is much more prepared for liberal democracy. We have the experience of state building of the past 26 years. I hope we learn from our mistakes and we correct them. We have a civil society that is truly developed. I would even dare to say the most developed in the entire region, and they've proven that. We have a free internet media, and soon I hope the electronic media, the television, will come within the same fold. And we have a constitution that will enable the new government to work with a broader coalition along with civil society and free media to be able to govern the country more effectively in a much more transparent way. We also have a diaspora today that is much more engaged than it was 26 years ago, and their contribution during this movement has been tremendous. Their contribution also has been tremendous in developing the civil society and free the internet media, and their continued involvement in Armenia, bringing their resources, I think soon will transform Armenia to a viable, developed, and prosperous country. That's the hope that is now circulating in the air. And this revolution truly will put Armenia at a totally different level.
Vartan Oksanian, the former Armenian foreign minister, many thanks for joining us live from Yerevan.